Welcome to our June 9th team call. Today we have our very own Vanessa Fernandez. She's going to be talking to everybody about keeping things simple as coaches, which is such a great topic always, no matter if you're a brand new coach, whether you've been a coach for a long time, it's always a good reminder. And I love hearing how other coaches do it, how they've figured out ways to make it work in their life. And I think that you guys are going to love that too. But first, before we do that, I want to share my screen. Can you guys see this? Okay, so this is our current Success Club leaderboard for our team. Look at all these people who are already qualified for Success Club, and it is only the 9th of the month. I'm so excited. Thank you for staying on task with our goal as a team, which is to lock in Success Club by the 15th. Success Club 5, and then aim to hit Success Club 10 by the end of the month, because this is June. We're going big. We're getting momentum going before Summit. We're taking our businesses seriously. We're taking them to the next level. So I'm so excited. All these people at 4 already, tons of people on the board. So proud of everybody, and I just know that this is going to be an incredible month for all of you guys. Let's see. Then our top producer is Vanessa. So congratulations, Vanessa, for being our top producer of last week with almost 700 in PV. That's awesome. And then we had tons of people with 300 to 600-ish PV. So congratulations to Amber, Carrie, Sarah, Mandy, Jennifer, Bethany, Laura, Megan, Bethany, Sandlin, Sarah, Jessica Frisch, Erin, and Tina. Congratulations to everybody. Now, I love celebrating producers because Success Club is great, and it's a huge indicator of our new progress as coaches, right? Because it's showing you're bringing in new people every month. But volume kind of reflects how you do in general. So if you are really good at keeping challengers plugged in and keeping people using different tools to hit their goals, and you're helping people do that, then that reflects in your volume. So congratulations to our top volume producers of the week. All right, that was all I had to show you guys. Thanks for humoring me for a minute. Okay, so let's jump right in. I don't want to waste any time. Vanessa is here to speak with us. Vanessa is a team leader on the leadership ladder. She's a Success Club All-Star. She is a Star Diamond coach. She's also ranked in the top 200 coaches in the Southeast of the network. So that is pretty exciting. And I don't know, Vanessa, did you get your new numbers yet for this month? Not yet. Tomorrow. We'll find out where she is tomorrow. So very exciting. And Vanessa, I'm sure you guys know, is a mom already, and she is cooking another human currently. And she's at the end of her pregnancy pretty much. And she has been building her business this whole time. She didn't stop. She didn't take some time off. And so I think if anybody can talk about how to simplify and make coaching work for you so that it's fitting into your life and enriching your life instead of you becoming a slave to it, Vanessa is the perfect person to do that. So I'm going to hand it over to you, Vanessa. So excited that you're here. Thank you so much for hosting.
Absolutely. Thanks, Becca. I'm just going to get right into my slides, if that's okay. So I'm going to share my screen here. All right, can you guys see my slides here? All right, so I was asking my success partners what I should talk about, and I think they all said keeping things simple. And I really feel like this is something that I haven't always been good at. I'm a classic overthinker, overcomplicator, try and outsmart things when really the simplest way usually is the best way. And so I've just kind of had to learn through trial and error. So a little bit about me. Becca said that I have 3 kiddos and almost a 4th one. I'm about 3 weeks away from hopefully delivering. And if you'll indulge me, I just got these photos back from a little photo shoot we did. So of course I had to use them. I'm also a homeschooling mom, so I have lots of homeschooling projects that I do with my kids, and they're all 3 home with me all the time. They don't leave the house. I don't ever get a break from them or anything. So I've just had to learn to integrate my coaching with my kids, which I actually love because I really I love that they know what I'm doing. I love that they help me with what I'm doing a lot of times. Well, I should say help me with what I'm doing, because it's not always helpful, but they like to be a part of it, which is great. I'm also a small group leader with my husband at our church, and I lead the Shine Tribe, which is an awesome team of coaches that I love dearly. So I've kind of, like I said, had to keep things simple almost by default, because if I tried to overcomplicate things, it would either just never get done, or, well, yeah, it would just never get done. So first, let's talk about what are my daily activities, right? Because my whole purpose in this call is to help you take your daily activities and simplify them down to the most vital and the most impactful types of actions, so that, really coaching isn't your whole life, but it gives you life. So first, what are your daily activities? What should you be doing every day as a coach? These are just basics. Work out and drink Shakeology. I don't think anybody's surprised by that one. Read or listen to personal development. Add 3 people to your network every day. Reconnect with 3 friends. Invite 3 people to your group. Post 3 to 5 times on social media, and build and invest in your team. So this is basically the 3 vital behaviors, just kind of broken out into a few more tasks: inviting, investing in others, being a product of the product, and doing personal development. So this is what, if you want to take a screenshot of this, if this is new to you at all, this is a great sort of starting point for what you should be doing every single day. So I'm going to now drill into each activity and show you how I simplify it for myself. I have this quote. I'm going to share it at the end, but I'm going to share it now as well. And basically it's, those people who are the top performers and who run amazing businesses, they are as much focused on what should not be on their to-do list as what should be on their to-do list. So you need to be very clear with yourself, and you need to know and be intentional that I'm not going to do these things. Like, I have a whole list of things that I'm just not going to concern myself with. I'm intentionally going to say no to. And that's just a part of being productive, is knowing what you need to say no to, because that's going to allow you to say yes to the things that really matter. And that's going to simplify your life. I mean, I think we all kind of understand the concept in your home when you have too much clutter everywhere. It's like you can't focus, you can't find anything, you don't feel at peace. So think of this as like decluttering your activities, decluttering your list, so that you only have things that you actually love in your house, right? That's kind of the goal. Well, think of that with your business. You only have things on your to-do list that are actually going to produce momentum and results for you. So let's drill into the first one. Work out and drink Shakeology. The way that I simplify this particular activity is I commit to a program. Now, I am the queen of like hybrid programs. Once I did a couple programs from start to finish, I wanted to switch things up. I liked this workout from this program and that workout from that program. And all of that is fine. But I think it's much better to commit to a program. You don't have to complicate things by coming up with a different schedule. You don't have to wonder if you're actually going to make progress doing a hybrid schedule, right? Because schedules that come with the program are designed to get you results. And isn't that the whole point of being a product of the product? To actually make progress in your fitness. So if you're making hybrid schedules and you're kind of going into Beachbody On Demand and just doing a challenge du jour, that may work for some people, but for me, it adds complication to my life. I like to have a calendar. I know what my next workout is, and I know if I follow the plan, I will see progress in my fitness journey. And I can also point back with confidence to the program that I'm doing and say, this program as a whole, it works. And so to me, that's just a simple way to get my workout done is to not complicate it by making up my own thing and rely on the simplicity of the programs that are already in place. The next thing that makes it simple for me to do my workout and drink Shakeology is to be in a challenge group. So you may be leading a challenge group, and that's great, but are you really in the group? Now, you can join your uplines group if you feel like you need some accountability and you don't really want to be open and vulnerable with the people you're leading. But I keep it simple, and I just lead my groups, but I'm also a participant at the same time. So if I post an assignment that you have to do a sweaty selfie, or you have to post your goals for the week, or you have to post your meal plan for the week, I answer myself as if I'm my own coach. Like, I am a participant in the challenge group. Again, it just keeps things simple for me because this is what works, doing the challenges of a challenge group. And so that just helps me to stay on track. It helps me to stay accountable. And it's not just like I'm posting the assignments every day, but I don't really participate. No, like, I am in the challenge group. The next thing that makes it simple for me is I just have Shakeology on HD. I mean, I know this may sound like a no-brainer, but some people like to put delays or switch up the dates or, play around with things. And I understand if that's something that you absolutely have to do for financial reasons. But if there's any way, I think it should be a top priority in your Beachbody budget. If you are a business building coach, just take away the stress and the complication. Just put it on HD, let it come in every month, and you don't have to worry about it. And then this is kind of pertaining to another activity, which is posting 3 to 5 times a day. But I'm lumping it in with my workout because every time I work out, I take a picture or I take a video or a sweaty selfie, whatever it is, because if you don't share about it, it didn't happen, right? We all know that. The workout doesn't happen until it gets posted. And this is just a part of me making it simple. When you lump activities together, it creates a stronger habit. So you're using less brain power and it becomes automatic. So after I work out, I highly recommend to you to get a tripod and use the self-timer. Those are just like two simple tools that help me to get my picture done. And it lumps together 2 activities into one, and all of a sudden, it's not so big of a deal to come up with 3 to 5 posts a day if I am coupling it with my workout that I'm already doing. So that's how I do that, simply. Now, as far as personal development, again, maybe it's just me, but as a mom with multiple kids who are all usually talking at the same time, they all need different things, my phone's going off, I have challengers, I have coaches, there's so much going on in my brain at any given time, so many people needing things from me. The less I can think and just automatically do, the simpler my day becomes and the simpler my activities become. And so I feel like if you can take the thinking out of it and just make it something that becomes automatic, that's the best way that I've found to simplify my daily activities. So when it comes to personal development, if you are like, what should I read? What's going to be the best one for me? Stop overthinking it. There is a list in the files section of our team page, and it is a personal development book list. Print it out. Start at the top and just scratch them off as you go through the books. Do not have to overthink it. You do not have to wonder which book is better than the other. They're all good. They're all going to grow you. They are all going to strengthen whatever weaknesses or strengths you have. So my recommendation to you is to just take your brain out for a minute. Let other people's experience help you. Just go to the list, pick a book, and get started. Read or listen to it every single day. Now, what I do is I really break it down to 10 minutes. Okay, again, I try to keep it simple. I do not want to overcomplicate this. I do not want to turn this into an hour-long reading session. Maybe some nights I do. I don't think I've ever read for an hour, actually, of personal development. Maybe I've listened to a call for an hour, but Anyways, I literally look at my clock, or I'll set my timer, and I'll just say 10 minutes. That's it. I can do 10 minutes pretty much every single day. Even, and I've told this to my team, even if it's just like every time you go to the bathroom, just bring your phone with you and read. I have Kindle on my phone, and that's how I read my books. And maybe it's just because I'm peeing all the time because I'm like super pregnant, but I can get 10 minutes in, even if it's just that. Like, there's literally no excuse that you cannot get 10 minutes in every single day of personal development. I find the best thing for me to keep things simple is to pick a habitual time. Make it a habit. Guys, habits are so powerful, and they make things automatic. They take the brain out of the picture. And keeping things simple is all about not overthinking things. So for me, it's early in the morning. It's literally the first thing I do. I wake up, drink Energize, brush my teeth, sit back in bed, and I start reading for 10 minutes. And that's my habit. For other people, it's when they get in the car. They just habitually turn on whatever that audiobook is that they're reading. If you make it a habit, you don't have to think about it so much, and it just gets done. Set alarms, set alerts, do whatever you can do. Make personal development a priority. Because I'm going to tell you something. Your business, if you don't grow, your business will not grow, ever. It will not grow an inch beyond you. So if you really want to grow your business, if you really want to be successful, you've got to grow yourself. There is no other option. I wish there was, but there just isn't. The good news is when you grow yourself, you don't just grow your business, you grow in everything. You grow in your marriage, you grow in your parenting, you grow in your friendships, you grow in your ability to like just handle life in general. So please, please do not skip or overcomplicate personal development. All right, my poor team. I preach personal development to them harder than anything, so they know what I'm going to say. All right, adding 3 people to your network. Again, don't overthink this. Start with friends of friends on Facebook. Just do it. Just click the add button. I tend to send people messages after they have accepted my friend request. And here's the thing. We all wonder, like, oh, are they going to know that, like, I have this agenda and whatever. I just kind of break the beginning. Like, yeah, I totally have an agenda friending you. Here's what it is. I love connecting with other women, moms, photographers, whatever, cloth diapers, whatever, however you know them. And I love encouraging them to live healthier lives. Let me know if I can ever help you in any way. So I'm just putting it out there. Like, I have an agenda by being your friend. I want to encourage you to live a healthier life, and I want to connect with you. That's my agenda. And I just kind of just put it out there. Again, I don't overthink it. I feel like if I got a message like this, I would be not offended, but I would prefer to get a message like this than to get just a friend request with no message, and I'm wondering, what's this person's agenda? Because I don't know about you guys, but I get some weird friend requests sometimes, and I'm like, who is this person? What's their agenda? Why are they friending me? How do I know them? Are they going to be weird? And so I just let people know, yeah, I totally have an agenda being your friend, and here's what it is. And I just put it out there. Another way that I really like to add people to my network is by searching on hashtags on Instagram that relate to my season of life, and just sending out love, sending out likes, sending out comments. Another way you can add to your network is by running free groups and encouraging your friends and family to invite others to this free group. Make it known that you want to help as many people as possible. There's nothing wrong with sharing that you have an agenda to help others live healthier lives. Let people know that. How is that a bad thing? Why would anyone be upset with you for doing that? If anything, I think it would make people feel more comfortable to not have to wonder, why are you doing this? Put it out there. Simplify it. Let it be known, and don't overthink or be afraid to be bold with what you're doing. So that's how I do my 3 All right, reconnecting with 3 friends. This can be awkward, right? Like you're kind of poking your nose into their inbox and trying to like start up a random conversation. Well, here's the truth. People love talking about themselves. They really do. Everybody does. Everybody loves talking about themselves. So as long as you have questions, you're going to do just fine. I actually have some stock questions that I just use over and over and over again. This is a way that I keep things simple. Is I don't have to sit there. Again, I want to take my brain out of the equation. I don't have to sit there and think, oh my gosh, what should I say to this person? What questions should I ask them? What should I, like, what's going on? Like, that just takes me forever. I get nervous and then I just put it off. But when I have stock questions, I just type it out real quick, throw it out there, and I get it done. So here are some stock questions I have. What are your plans this summer? Where did you find that? Whatever. Going to their Facebook feed and I see they got a new swing set, a new dress, a new car, a new whatever. People always share like the new stuff that they're doing or that they have. So asking people, where did you find that? You know, it's a natural way to start up conversation. How is everyone adjusting to, because another thing people share a lot on Facebook is big news. We're moving. We're having a new baby. We are whatever. Some big life adjustment, right? A lot of people share that on Facebook. So how is everyone adjusting to that? How are your kids doing with the new baby? How is whatever? I'm just asking questions. And then also, since I have a blog, I'll ask moms or other, new friends, hey, what topics would you find really helpful to read about? I love blogging. I don't know if you've seen that I have a blog. I want to provide value to people. Are there any topics that you are like needing some help with? And this is an awesome question because this not only helps inform my blog, sometimes people have really good ideas. It also helps inform maybe what free group I will offer next. And it helps me get to know this person they're opening up to me about their health and fitness, right? If they say, you know what, I really need time-saving tips, that's great. I'm gonna put that on my list. I'm gonna blog about it. What does a typical day look like for you? And then they start sharing with me. And then that one question can lead into really getting to know them and where they're at and how I can help them as a coach. So those are just some stock questions that I have. Those are ones that feel natural to me. I would encourage you to just write out some of your own. I have it on a note in my phone, and that just makes reconnecting with friends like a breeze. I just go through. I feel like a broken record, but nobody else knows that these are the questions I ask to everybody, and it makes everyone feel that I'm really interested, and I am. I'm really interested in what's going on in their life, and really interested in just getting to know more about them. All right, so interacting with potential challengers or inviting people. This is, how I keep things simple. And I would highly recommend that you screenshot this if you can. I'll try to make these slides available also. But these are questions that I got from Shay Stanford, who is a 15-star diamond coach. She's in the Bombshell Dynasty. She's awesome. And these are questions that she asks every potential, oh gosh, I'm seeing typos, whatever. Every potential coach or challenger that she has. And these are questions that really can help you dig into where people are at and how you can help them. And that is just the basis of what we're doing when we are inviting people. We are really asking them to open up and share with us where they're struggling, to open up and share with us where they're at with their fitness. Some of them are simple, like, what are you trying to accomplish? What have you done in the past? Why didn't that work for you? That's a great one. Why didn't that work for you? And they can tell you if it was a time issue, if it was the workouts were too hard, if it was the meal plan was too restrictive. All of this information is so vital, because when you start talking about a program that you think would be best for them, you actually know that it would be good for them because you actually know about them. If you just try to say, oh my gosh, the 21-day fix would be amazing for you, but you know nothing about this person, it's not going to come across authentic, because they're going to think, well, how do you know it's the best thing for me? You don't know me. You don't know what injuries, if I have injuries, if I have an illness, if I have, whatever. But once you know about where they're at, you have power. Oh, you have PCOS? So do I. This program helped me with it. This program wasn't so good. You have to get information from people before you can really tell them that you can help them. So these questions are incredible, and I have them saved. And again, it takes my brain out of it. And when I get people interested and they're messaging me, I always answer their question with a question because I want to get to know more about them. So sorry for these little typos down here, but if you can screenshot this right here, it will serve you so well. All right, let's move on. Posting 3 to 5 times a day on social media. This one stops a lot of people, but it really doesn't have to be that complicated. Posting your 3 vitals is a great place to start. And I remember Becca telling me when I was a newbie coach, if you want to post a minimum of 3 times a day, think about breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Post in the morning, in the afternoon, and at night. And still to this day, it's like triggered in my mind when I sit down to breakfast, like, oh, have I posted anything yet? It's breakfast time. Like, I should be posting something. And it's also convenient for me as a mom because usually that's when my kids are like sitting down and somewhat quiet because they have food in their mouth and they're somewhat still. So it's actually kind of a convenient time for me to be posting anyways at meal times. So posting your 3 vitals, obviously your workout, I talked about that. Just tag it on at the end of your workout. Just make it a habit. People don't get, you want to have some level of creativity, but honestly, people are motivated and inspired by consistency. Even if it's not like terribly creative, even if it's just a workout picture and you post it every day and you think this is like ridiculous, but people are inspired by that. And don't sell yourself short and don't overthink it, and be confident in the fact that you are inspiring people simply by the fact that you showed up. You showed up today and you got your workout done. Picture could be the same picture pretty much that you did before, but you did it. As far as posting personal development, I love posting quotes from my personal development. I love posting insights from my personal development. I feel like that's a great place to be vulnerable with your audience, and it's a great place to use somebody else's words that you didn't have to come up with, that you just read or listened to on your personal development. Guys, take advantage of that. If you don't have to do all the work, don't do all the work. Let somebody else speak for you. If it inspired you, post the quote, maybe a little write-up, maybe not. That's a great way to be posting consistently without it being a lot of work. And then drinking Shakeology, obviously you can post your recipes, or not even about Shakeology, just the fact that you drank it that day and, whatever's going on in your life. Another thing that I like to post consistently is 1 to 2 things that I'm just doing that day. I know a lot of top coaches talk about like, your social media should be like a reality TV show, kind of, where you're just kind of letting people in to your life. And sometimes it has to do with Beachbody and sometimes it doesn't. But what it does is it just builds trust with your following. It just builds trust with people that you're a real person, that you're not just a Beachbody advertisement, but that you have, whatever, messy dishes in your sink. If you're doing dishes, it may seem like nothing to you, but try to throw in there 1 or 2 things that you're just doing that day. It may seem mundane, but there are other people in your network who are doing the same mundane things. And when they see you doing it, they feel like, oh my gosh, my sink is full of dishes too. Like, this girl's real. And I feel comfortable sending her a message because I kind of feel like I know her. I kind of feel like I relate to her. So posting your 3 vitals, just posting 1 or 2 things you're doing that day. Again, it doesn't have to be terribly creative. And then having the schedule can also help you to be creative if you want to throw in a little bit of creativity. This is one that I kind of like, my weekly posts. Motivation Monday, Transformation Tuesday, a Welcome Wednesday, Thankful Thursday, whatever. Just sometimes I am just running low on ideas. I'm running low on brain power. That is my biggest, like the least commodity that I have pretty much is brain power these days. So if somebody else came up with a creative idea, Motivation Monday, okay, I can do that. And something that I do on my phone is when I come across, like, do you guys ever come across those things on Instagram, like those little memes or quotes or whatever, and you just chuckle to yourself, you just really resonate with it, you think it's a great thing. I just screenshot and I throw it into like a little album on my phone called Inspiration or Quotes. I forget what I called it. So again, like if I'm sitting down and I'm like, okay, it's lunchtime, I got to do my second post for the day. I'm brain dead. I don't want to take a selfie because I look like crap. I haven't showered, whatever. I have already on my phone like a bunch of Instagram or Pinterest stuff that I've saved, and I can just post it real quick. It just keeps it simple. Like, let other people do work for you. If you can take advantage of that, do it. And then selfie workout photo stockpile. So if I am perchance showered and have makeup on, I'll take a bunch of selfies and I'll just have a stockpile of them, or a bunch of workout photos and I'll just have a stockpile of them. So then if I want to post something, I don't have to I don't know, if it's a rainy day, the lighting's not good, whatever. I already have photos kind of already taken. So that just keeps things simple for me. Because I don't know about you guys, like the smallest things, like taking a selfie, all of a sudden turns into like 10, 15 minutes. And you're like, what the crap? I don't have time for this, but I need to post a selfie and I look terrible. So anyways, if you can do it ahead of time when you're looking good and then have it saved, why not? All right. Building and investing in your team. I believe this is something you should do every single day. Now, I'm going to break this up into two categories. Before you have a team, some activities you should do, and then after you have a team, some activities you should do. So before you have a team, you've got to attract coaches, right? That should be something you think about doing every single day, part of your daily activities. So you've got to think about who you want to attract first. And I recommend, there's a bunch of posts and a bunch of team calls and a bunch of trainings on this. There's a great one by Jasmine Starr. I don't know if you know her. She's a photographer. And she did an interview with, Amy Porterfield. Go to Amy Porterfield's podcast. Look up her interview with Jasmine Starr. And it is a fantastic training on how to come up with your ideal customer or coach. So I'm not going to go into all that. Go listen to that. But you definitely want to take some time to know who you want to attract into your team. And then I would encourage you to write up something or have a photo of that person. I actually Googled a photo of someone who I thought fit my person. And I have it right here on my workstation. So I'm looking at it, and when I'm writing my posts, I'm writing it to that person. This is super important, guys, because if not, I can't tell you how many months I wasted trying to attract anyone and everyone and realizing that those people, they don't get me and I don't get them, and trying to work together is hell. And I just, it came so much easier when I started attracting people who I actually like and who actually like me, and we kind of click together, right? So save yourself the trouble, figure out who you want to attract, and start going after that person. Start thinking about what is attractive to that person. What does that person care about? And then start posting about it. There is something that Becca has in our files section that has 50 post ideas to talk about coaching. Again, take your brain out of it and just read that, print that out, go through one by one, and every day post something about coaching. It's already there for you. You don't even have to think about it. Just execute. And then sending personal invites. You've got to be brave. You've got to be bold. People do love being wanted, valued, and desired. People love hearing that they would be a great fit for something. People love hearing that you see good qualities in them, and that's why you want them on your team. Don't feel sheepish to be open and honest and bold about why you want them on your team. All right, now when you already have a team, this can be tricky, right? Because you've got all your daily activities. Now you've also got a team, and you're trying to juggle both. And so what I do to keep things simple is I can't do everything every day. So I kind of break up the different things that I want to do with my team by each day of the week. So on Monday, that is my team call day. So I'm working on my team call, I'm working on content, and I'm thinking through training groups, maybe planning for some future ones, maybe jotting down ideas. That's just kind of my team call, team training day. On Tuesday, I really want to invest in my newbies. My new coaches, they're going to want to, they're going to need a little more investment in to get them started, to get them going. So that's what my Tuesdays are all about. Wednesdays, I'm focusing on my leaders, my top producers. I really want to invest in them. I want to help get them to the next level. And I really want to run with them. Thursdays is all about recognition. I'm going to spend time recognizing my team and celebrating them. And then Friday, I'm really working on recruiting people who are interested in coaching and talking with them and really just sort of getting a game plan for what I'm going to post that week as far as coaching and recruiting. So this helps me because, when you have a team, you might think, oh my gosh, like every day I have to, reach out to my newbie coaches, reach out to my leaders, reach out, figure out what I'm going to do for my team call, figure out what I'm going to do for this. And you don't have to do it all every single day. You can break things up. You can let yourself breathe. But having some sort of schedule takes the brain work out of it and makes sure that nothing is falling through the cracks. Because before I had this schedule, sometimes my newbie coaches would gosh, how long has it been since I reached out to so-and-so? She signed up like a couple weeks ago. I haven't, it just gives me something so that my brain doesn't have to carry everything and I have a system and it keeps it simple for me. And I'm able to just continually every day build and invest in my team. Some people were asking about team calls and where I come up with topics for my team calls. I love doing team calls. So here, if you are leading a team, here's some simple places that I find content for my team calls. Firstly, my own struggles and my own solutions. So, what am I struggling with right now? What solutions have I come up with for it? That's going to be a team call. Secondly, one-on-one conversations that I have with my personally sponsored coaches. Even if I've done a team call on it before, if it's coming up in my conversations that some of my coaches are struggling with invites or personal development or whatever, that's going to be a team call topic. And then vision casting. What kind of team do you want to have? What kind of characteristics do you want to see? That's your vision for your team. You've got to verbalize that consistently to your team. I would say at least once a quarter, if not more. And you're going to feel like a broken record, and you're going to feel like, I've said this a million times, but there is just, that is the burden of leaders, is that you have to cast vision constantly and remind your team why we're doing this, what we're doing, what we want to accomplish, what kind of team we want to be. And so that is just something that's always on rotation with my team calls. So to close out here, if you are feeling burnt out, if you are feeling like coaching is your life, it doesn't give you life, it's draining everything out of you, here are a few tips to kind of re-energize and get back to basics. You've got to get back to what you love about coaching. Because guys, what exudes from you, your energy, I don't know how to put it into words, but just your passion, where your heart is at, you can't fake that and you can't hide that. And so if you're feeling burnt out, your team's going to feel it, your challengers are going to feel it, your network is going to feel it, everyone around you is going to feel it, and that is attractive to absolutely no one. So you've got to get back your own personal passion, and to do that, you've got to get back to what you love. If you love being a teacher and teaching people about nutrition and teaching people about workouts, get back to teaching. If you love running challenge groups and just encouraging the heck out of people and loving on them, you've got to get back to that. Whatever it is that you love about coaching, you've got to dig into that and let that love just fan the flame into you. And maybe take a few days off and just remember why you started. Pare it down to just the 3 vitals. Just work out, drink Shakeology, do personal development, and send out 3 invites. Like, if that's all you can handle, do that, because you've got to guard that fire, right? We're always preaching to others you've got to take care of yourself or you're not going to be any good for anyone else. Well, it's the same with us coaches. We have to get back to taking care of ourselves. Feel free to take a personal day. And on this personal day, I would encourage you to dive into personal development. If you want to go back to that book that you love, if you're not really into the one you're reading now, do it. If you've got to just listen to a ton of like Les Brown, super motivational YouTube videos, do it. Do what it is that just gets you fired up about coaching. Keyshawn Johnson's call that she did for Team BTFP like a couple of months ago, listen to that like 3 times in a row or something, just get that fire back. And then take a look at your goals and the vision that you have for your life. Becca did this great sort of activity, I guess, with us leaders. She had us close our eyes and literally visualize our life in the future and what we wanted it to be, what we wanted it to feel like. Just that moment where you're just lost in this vision and this goal that you have for your life, whether it's freedom to just travel with your family, freedom from fear, freedom from debt. Like, just imagine what that could feel like and imagine what that could open up for your family. Maybe write it out, like, I am whatever, completely debt free and we're living in such and such a city, and just let yourself get lost in the vision and the goals that you have, because yes, it takes work. And yes, it takes just this strength of spirit to not give up. But if you're constantly reminding yourself and staying rooted in that vision, that goal that you have for yourself, it's going to help you to just pare down, take a deep breath, and push forward, no matter what the obstacles are. So this is the quote that I was telling you guys about at the beginning. You've got to make a not to do list. And here's the quote. It says those who build the good to great companies, however, made as much use of stop doing lists as to do lists. And so I would just say, for every activity, for every one of these daily activities that I posted here, I want you to think, what do I not need to do to make this happen, right? Like, if it's personal development and you're just listening to random podcasts, is searching for the podcast like taking up too much time? I know it seems like something silly, but what is zapping your tiny little minutes? Because tiny little minutes add up to hours. And so think about, what do you not need to do to make this more simple? What can you take off of your plate? What can you remove? Where can you squeeze in productivity, not just busyness? So anyways, that's all I have for you guys for right now. I'm going to stop the share. I wasn't looking at the chat at all, so I don't know if there are any questions. Again, this is just what I do, so feel free to take and customize as you will. And I promise you that a little work at the front end to actually think through what would simplify my life is going to just pay off huge dividends, because we all have those crazy days where we're just like, I can't think today. And if you have that system and it's simple, then you don't need to worry about it. So that's it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Vanessa. So the chat was just blowing up with people talking about their little like aha moments as you were talking. Someone did ask if you could throw up that slide that had all the questions.
Yeah.
So screenshot it because they missed it.
Yeah, that is an amazing slide. And when I got these questions, hold on, let me see if I can move this. All right. Can you guys see? Can you screenshot it? Are the words clear? Okay.
Yep. Perfect. These
All
are
right.
great.
Yeah, these are great. This is really where you get all of your power. What the heck? How can I not? Okay.
Absolutely. Does anybody have any questions for Vanessa? Because obviously she's a wealth of knowledge and experience. So if you have any questions, you can either type them in the chat or you can just unmute yourself and ask. We'll spend a couple minutes. Okay, Vanessa, Laura asks, do you post 3 to 5 times on your personal page and 3 to 5 times on your like page, or do you post the same thing on each?
Yeah, actually, it was after a call with Bonnie Engel, who was also talking about simplifying things, and she said that she posts the same thing on her personal as on her like page, and so yeah, I've been doing that also. I was coming up with different content for both, but I just thought, you know what, kind of have different audiences on both, and so I'm just going to simplify it for myself because it makes me more consistent, because I'm not having to come up with double content. So yeah, I do.
And then Rachel asked, if your goal is to hit a higher Success Club number, what's your typical inviting and reconnecting number?
I would say 5 to 10 people a day. I talk to 5 to 10 new and old people. I don't really like specify that it has to be new. If it's someone who I haven't talked to in a while and I'm like reconnecting with them and checking in with them again, that's, you know, kind of the number in my head. So yeah, 5 to 10. But it adds up, right? Like 5 people over 30 days, it's like 150 people. So to hit Success Club 10, you need 5 people. So 150 people, 5 people saying yes. Like, yeah, it's, that's how it is.
I love that. Okay, so I have a question. If there was one, what in your business was a turning point where you realized, I just have to simplify this? Like, I can't keep going at this pace. I have to figure out a way to simplify.
Well, I think it's come actually at different times throughout my coaching career, I guess. And I actually did want to say that. So thanks for asking this question. That it's, you know, part of the struggle is finding your own system and finding your own hacks. And listening to calls like this can be helpful. It can give you some new ideas. You may try them and be like, this doesn't work for me. And that's okay. That's part of growing in your skill as a coach, because being a coach is a skill that you can learn and that you can grow in. And so, you know, just to not be frustrated with the process of learning how to simplify things. Because I know a lot of times, like when I got pregnant, I had to simplify again and simplify even more, and just learn like, okay, I can't do a video every single week, or I can't do as many blog posts, but I still want to be consistent. So how can I make this work? What's the simplest way? The path of least resistance, but still getting it done type of thing. So yeah, it's been a process of simplifying and finding new things and new ways and new technology. I think, Becca, you posted that 30 something, like it's like an app for tracking your time and your power hour and breaking down your activities. So anyways, like as new technology comes out, it can help you simplify as well. And so yeah.
Yeah, I think being open to evolving is really big. I think sometimes it can be a sticking point for coaches when they, no, give her that. That's not nice. How would you like if she took your toy? Sorry. I think it can be a sticking block for coaches when they get their mind so set on a specific system and then something in their life shifts and that system doesn't really work anymore. And then they kind of just freak out and kind of just give up because they say, well, this doesn't work. But the truth is, it might just be time to evolve a little bit, to change. Like, if you get pregnant, obviously things are changing in your life. You have a new baby, you move, your relationship changes, you have something happening in your family. Even just as your health and fitness journey progresses, there may be shifts. And being open to that and just kind of having to reevaluate, I think, is really common and a really great quality to have. Mm-hmm. Teresa asked, what do you do when you send messages and they don't respond to you?
I usually just wait like a month and then I'll send another message. Sometimes I'll switch it up and I'll do like a voice message instead of a text message. Sometimes I'll just, I won't ask them like, hey, do you still want to be in my group? But I'll just start a different conversation, like not related to Beachbody, just to get them talking again. If they're like crickets, I'll just ask them like one of my stock questions that I reconnect with people about. And, if they're just like really blowing me off, it's like, okay, that's fine. There are more fish in the sea, and I just move on. Or sometimes I'll just go to their profile, just start interacting with a lot of their posts so that they see a lot more of my posts, and maybe that will remind them of me. So it's, I don't really have one thing that I do, but kind of whatever I feel like at the moment, depending on my relationship with that person.
I have another question. So how do you juggle, or how do you change and shift your priorities when you are just going in your normal day-to-day coaching life, and then maybe when you're pushing for some sort of big goal that you have? How does that change for you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So this is like maintenance mode. What I shared with you guys as far as like my daily activities and things like that. That's kind of just like my status quo, what I do. When I am pushing for a big goal, like we did a recruiting push a couple months ago, planning is really the key. I know that a lot of people talk about like, Chalene Johnson and a lot of other people who are really big on time management. They talk about knowing when your best thinking time is, capitalizing on that, and then letting that help you to like stay consistent. Because like I said, I don't know if this is true for you guys, but for me, really mentally engaging and getting in the game is harder for me throughout the day when there's so much craziness. So I do try to take chunks of time, like if I know I'm doing a recruiting push or I'm doing a rank advancement or whatever, I'll ask my husband for some time, or I'll switch with a girlfriend and we'll switch each other's kids, because late at night is not my prime thinking time. And since I've been pregnant, early in the morning really hasn't been either. So I try to find when my golden hours are of thinking, and I will really sit down and I'll plan out like almost my whole month. Who do I want to invite? Have a list of names, know exactly what I want to say to them. Even writing messages can take mental energy that you don't feel like you have. Like, how do I make this sound right? And it can take you forever when it really shouldn't. And so I try to capitalize on my prime thinking time. I'll write out scripts. I'll have lists of people I want to connect with. I'll even come up with some post ideas when I'm fresh and creative. Ways that I stoke my creativity is coffee, being outdoors, getting moving. A lot of times during my workouts or after my workouts, I have my best ideas, and I have to be like, Vanessa, finish the workout, because I just want to like blog right there. Like I have 5 minutes left in the workout, but I got a great idea. So knowing what makes me creative and using those things to really help me to be really fresh and sharp. And then once I've got all that content, the rest of the month, when maybe I'm frazzled and I don't have a lot of brain power, if it's 10 o'clock at night, I can still message 10 people about coaching because I've got their names and I've got a script. It's literally dummy proof. It's copy paste, find the person's name, paste their script. And sometimes that's just all I have the mental capacity to do. And if I didn't have it written out, it wouldn't get done. So capitalize on those really like sharp times in your day. Make time happen where you can just think, switch babysitting with your kids, whatever you need to do. And I find that helps me when I really want to push for something, but life is also crazy at the same time. So that's just how I do it.
I love that. That's great. I think that it's really important to make the distinction of kind of like everyday tasks, and then understanding that there will be ebbs and flows in your business where sometimes you're going to be doing more, sometimes you're going to be doing less. Like this is kind of your baseline. Like this is what happens no matter what. But you may be called on some months to really have to put in a little more effort, or maybe you're working towards something really important to you. And it's just kind of knowing that it's going to be a ride a little bit, like up and down and up and down. It's not going to be crazy every month, but sometimes, you're going to have to figure it out a little more. And some months you're going to have to figure it out a little less. And just kind of being okay with that is big. At least it has been for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
All right, so it's almost 10 Eastern. So does anybody have any last questions for Vanessa? Is that right? Did I do that wrong? No, I did that right? My time zones are all messed up, you guys. Hans is doing
Where
his
are you?
sleep.
Are you guys still in Texas right now?
Yeah, we're in Austin, so I think I'm Central Time right now. Can you go with your toothbrush closer to the sink because it's noisy? Whatever. Let's see. Any last questions, Vanessa? Does anybody have any questions at all in general, just before we head out? If you're one of my PS coaches, personally sponsored, make sure, organic or adopted, make sure that you check our PS coach page because some important info went up for you guys today. Does anybody have anything though? Question?
I love that I forget, I don't know who it is. Oh, Jen Owens is going to totally do the personal development in the bathroom. I'm so happy to see that. I totally do that, guys. I totally do that, okay? Just, I mean, you know, my kids still follow me in the bathroom, so whatever, but.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yep.
I see messages from the bathroom, so sorry, guys.
Also, just a busy mom tip. I do sometimes posts or messages like if we're driving somewhere and we park and my kids are still strapped into their car seats, I'll just like park and like, because they're literally strapped in. I don't have to even like worry about them being in danger. And that's kind of like my little secret time that I do stuff because I don't have to like worry about somebody dying or something. So anyways.
Sorry, Lisa. Well, at least in messages, nobody can hear them screaming.
They may be screaming, but they're not going to die. So you can just keep them there.
for the duration of a message.
Yeah.
Bathroom timeouts. It's like a little vacation. I used to do that while we were shooting weddings. If my feet would start to hurt and I didn't want to have to like ask Nate, can I go sit down for a while? I'd be like, I have to go pee. And I'd be gone for like 15 minutes and I'd just sit in there like on my phone. Come back and he'd be like, you were gone for a long time. I'd be like, no, it wasn't long. It was like one song. And then I would go again in like 15 minutes and be like, I have to go pee again. I've been drinking a lot of water. Because my feet would start to hurt so bad by the end. And I would just get bored of taking the same pictures he was because we were like standing right next to each other. So bathroom timeouts, they're good for the soul. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to get this. I probably won't be able to get this uploaded on my Wi-Fi here, but I'll get it up as soon as I can for you guys to share with anybody who missed it. 'Cause this is a great call to pass on, especially to your new coaches who may just need some very clear-cut instructions on how, to be getting going and navigating their day, and also a refresher for coaches who've maybe been around a while and gotten a little bit stuck or gotten themselves a little bit overworked. It's always a good reminder. I know that I screenshotted that picture of how, Vanessa, you break up your team leading. That was brilliant. I'm actually going to go share that with some other people. So I love that. Everybody hopefully got a little nugget or two. I'm actually going to go in the team page and put up a graphic, and I want everybody to tell me their takeaways from the call too. So that way we can all kind of inspire each other and share our best little nuggets and tips. But thank you guys for joining. Have a wonderful night. Thank you, Vanessa, for hosting, giving us your time and all of your amazing wisdom. And I really appreciate it. And I will see you guys later. Bye.